watching the Garden Corner Show. And as you know already, that this is a show where we're crazy passionate about everything gardening. I am J-Dog John Karstrom. I'm out here with Mr. Dave. And KT is out planting right next to me, but you won't be able to see her because she's hiding. Anyway, I want to do some quick shout-outs because we're going to talk about something. We're going to get into it. Something I want to say that's kind of boring. But let's do some shout-outs, shall we? Right up.
Like a magician with a rabbit in a hat.
Mr. Dave said, I'm a magician like a rabbit out of the hat. I want to say hello to Richard Payne. Richard says, enjoy every day as if it were your last. I like that, Richard. Thank you very much. Julie Garcia. Julie, by the way, I hope one day to see the land down under. That would be very nice. Never been there before. Jan Swinger. Hello, Jan. Kay Huckins. Kay, I love what you wrote. Lost in a world of retirement and at the moment lacking direction. So that's a nice attitude there, Kay. Keep it up. And to Annette Robledo and Sandra Brown Spillman. Sandra, where in the world was your pic taken? I'm very curious on that. And to Manya Warner. Manya, I have to say, I love what you wrote. I have dirt under my nails and on my floor, and I'm okay with that. So, anyway, guys, welcome. I hope you enjoy the show, and as you know, I hope it brings something at least a little bit worthwhile to your life. So, we're going to talk about soil of all things, because right now, the world we're getting ready to plant some hanging baskets, and you can see the wheels are in motion. That's what we want to do, but we're going over some very, very basics, because if we start out with a better base, your baskets will do much, much better. So we've talked about the size of the container already, and now we're going to talk about just plain old soil. And I want to answer a question on what kind of soil we use and what kind of additives do we add to the soil so that the plants really go to town. So let me just get right into it. So now, officially, Northwest Best. We use a Northwest Best we do a Northwest Best in the baskets. So, and why do we use Northwest Best? And here's the question is, can I get by with another kind of soil? Let me tell you the ins and outs of soil buying. So you're out shopping and you want the best soil. Now, to begin with, imagine hanging in the street all day long, and the winds are blowing around you all day long, and the sun is shining down on you all day long, and someone comes up to you and offers you a glass of water. And so, of course, you want to take that glass of water and you want to drink it down and you want to hold it in as best as you can. And that's what the point is on the soil. Is just imagine you want to have the water holding capacity. Now, do you need to add polymers and coconut coir to your soil? And those are things, by the way, that hold in water. Not necessary if you're good at watering. It might buy you a couple of hours at best on a hanging basket. So, but let's pop open a bag, because I want to tell you a couple other things too. Let's just pour it right into the basket. And by the way, I have been loving the suggestions on the names on the baskets, and we are just going round and round on that. So thank you very much. So now you can see on the soil how rich it is. So potting soil generally is made up of three items in general. It's what it is some peat is in there, and peat holds in water. And oftentimes we'll add some surfactant to that as well, so it really sucks in the water and holds it in. And then there's some perlite, which are those little white specks in there. That adds a little bit of air into the soil. And then generally you get pieces of really fine bark in there, and the bark also helps retain the moisture in there. So it's a three-step ingredients. It's peat, it's perlite, and it is bark. Now, the difference on that is the difference on the ratio on the types of soil. So that kind of determines on how costly it is or what the price point is. And oftentimes retailers will say, well, we want a price point of $3.99 a bag. And so what the soil guys do is, well, they just chintz it down until it reaches a $3.99 price point. So your potting soil might cost a little bit more, but you're hoping to hold in more water and nutrients. And by the way, about the potting soil on that, what happens during the day is once you have this planted, through the day, the root ball actually sucks in a bit. So when you go water, add water to it, your water will actually run across the side of the pot and down the side of the basket, and then out the drain holes. And what you have to do, just remember, is to really need to hydrate that entire root ball. Having a good potting soil that soaks it right into the center is very, very important. One other thing too is now we use a Garden in Bloom all-purpose fertilizer, and we make sure that we add several handfuls into the basket. What we put into this basket are going to be very, very heavy feeders. So, but you want to see this end here too. So it's kind of an all-purpose fertilizer. It's just starter, and it just makes sure that all essential nutrients are available, and it helps with the feeding. Now, this isn't the end-all of fertilizer. You will have to add some more throughout the season because you watered out, water runs out, and you have to replenish that because generally potting soils don't have any nutrients in there. So, anyway, that is the long story of a short but important point. Did that make any sense? Yes, Mr. Dave said it is. I trust him. Anyway, that is the show for the day. I hope that helps. Of course, we are about intense basket success. So I really want to make sure that this works very, very well for you, and it gets the results that you want. So we're going over it point by point. Anyway, that's the show. I hope you enjoy. Lest you didn't get anything from it and you feel like this is a complete waste of your time, here's your quote for the day. Chinese proverb that comes from a Chinese proverb. I don't know why they always have the best proverbs, but here it is. One joy scatters 100 griefs. Thank you very much. That's the show. Always live your passion.
See me right out of the sunset on the color TV screen.